Hello and welcome to Blockbuster review on Prudent Media. On this show we take a look at the latest releases. Today we will take a look at Dhamaal 4. The Dhamaal franchise is now almost 20 years old. Quite an achievement for a series whose plot has always been thinner than a Bollywood hero's patience before the interval. The makers gave us two films in quick succession, Dhamaal in 2007 and Double Dhamaal in 2011. But once fresh ideas became as rare as logic in a slapstick comedy, they found the easiest solution, recycle the old ones. And honestly, that's all this franchise needs, bring back familiar faces. If an actor isn't available, just replace them. The women especially have been completely interchangeable. Not a single female lead has returned across the four films, while the male cast has practically become permanent residents of the Dhamaal universe. Ajay Devgan skipped the first two films but has been the face of the last two. Ritesh Deshmukh, Arshad Varsi and Javed Jafri meanwhile have appeared in all four, showing the kind of commitment usually reserved for long-running TV characters. Isha Gupta has a cameo in the latest film, although most of her screen time seems to involve having an extended conversation on her phone. The original Dhamaal was inspired by the 1963 Hollywood classic It's a Mad, Mad, Mad World. Since then though, the franchise has been cruising steadily downhill without any breaks. All four films are directed by Indra Kumar and his approach to comedy hasn't evolved much. It's still built almost entirely on slapstick. Someone gets a knife stuck in their backside and you are expected to laugh. If you don't laugh the first time, don't worry, the joke comes back again. Apparently the filmmakers are convinced repetition can do what the punchline couldn't. Imagine that, a knife in the backside. The dialogue isn't much sharper. You'll hear lines like "Tu aadmi nahi pajama hai, wo bhi phata hua," delivered with complete confidence. Then there is the self-referential humor. "Tu total Dhamaal mein nahi thi na, isliye tujhe nahi malum," as if audiences have memorized the Dhamaal timeline with the dedication of the Godfather trilogy. The film opens at sea, where pirates led by Ravi Kishan's Adhura are hunting for hidden treasure on a mysterious island. They know almost nothing about the treasure, but thankfully they have a professional map reader. Apparently even pirates outsource these kind of things nowadays. Ajay Devgan's character named Guddu enters to rescue the map reader, accompanied by Sanjay Mishra who plays Johnny. Then we reunite with Adi and Manav, that's Arshad Varsi and Javed Jafri, with Manav once again creating chaos in Adi's married life as Rosie can't decide whether she wants to stay or leave, because even relationships in Dhamaal apparently need a suspense plot. More characters join the madness. Ritesh Deshmukh plays Lallan, who marries Paro because he assumes her father is rich after seeing him in a luxury car, except the father is actually the chauffeur. And that misunderstanding becomes the setup for yet another round of jokes. Unfortunately, the film also keeps returning to jokes about Paro's weight. The very first gag has us sitting on a motorcycle, causing the front wheel to lift off the ground. It's lazy comedy that feels outdated rather than funny. The film constantly reminds us that greed, which is lalach, is the reason everyone is chasing the treasure. Every character wants the jewels regardless of how much physical punishment they'll have to endure along the way and damage their own family jewels in that process. Meanwhile, Guddu has to impress the woman he likes by taking her children on a holiday. Naturally, every storyline eventually converges on the treasure hunt, which goes on for so long that you start wondering whether even the treasure has packed his bags and left. Most of the adventure relies heavily on CGI. There's plenty happening on screen, but very little of it feels exciting because the audience has almost no emotional investment in it. It ends up feeling like less an adventure and more like an endless chain of comic accidents. And just when you think it's finally over, the film reveals there is another treasure map. In other words, the Dhamaal universe has already found its next treasure, that is Dhamaal 5. Now the treasure may keep changing, but the jokes have been buried for a very, very long time. I'm going to go with 1.5 out of 5 stars for Dhamaal Part 4. I don't know why this franchise is still running. Well, that's what I thought of Dhamaal 4 that was released this week. Do let us know what you think, and I'll be back with you next week with more movie reviews. Till then, it's goodbye from me.